All right, let's do it. We've got Gronk. We had to play your music thing. I can't hear you right now, but say hello to everyone.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Hello everyone in London. I actually scored a touchdown in London, and I did the guarding. What was the touchdown dance I did again? Guarding of the Palace, and went back and forth, turned the other way, and I
Gronk's telling a story about drive. You hear it? Give me your ear. Give me your ear.
Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Hear me,
I gotta
Kay?
get this ear. Oh God, just Hamilton clean his ears. Here we go. Can I hear you? Hold on, let me see. Sorry, Gronk. We had a bit of a technical difficulty. Can I hear you now? Oh no.
Can you hear me now?
Gronk. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
What were you saying? I imagine you were talking about driving on the other side of the road. What are you saying?
You know, that was a good guess because you're out in London, so I think they drive on the other side of the road than what United States of America does. But I was actually talking about my touchdown dance when I scored when I was in London. I actually did the guarding of the palace. What's it called? Those guys that march back and forth.
The guards, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing with the palace guards, whatever, and I was marching back and forth. And I turned the other way, and I had the crowd going crazy. Marching of the guards.
That's amazing. Yes, Marching of the Guards. I haven't gone to see that yet at Buckingham Palace Fountain.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not very Londony. I've been sleeping at the bar here at Wilton Arms. We're having a great time. I love the London memories here. We got a big game tomorrow. You and we had a little bit of a streak going. It kind of got off the rails. We're not celebrating with champagne. I'm wallowing in this nice Pilsner Urquell in the middle of London. But let's hit people with our parlay because you're going to go first. It's Thursday. It's Broncos at Chiefs. We got to get a win here. Leg one is what?
Yes, I'm going to go with Isaiah Pacheco to have an anytime touchdown.
Okay, you have Isaiah Pacheco. I am going to go with Russell Wilson. I just talked about him. I just showed everybody his numbers. He's looked good. The defense hasn't, so he's going to have to throw a lot. But I'm just going to give it a nice casual 200 yards through the air. He's been playing well, and he's averaged 258.3 yards per game over the past 3 weeks. All right, what's the third leg?
Yes, the third leg is I'm going with the Chiefs to win by more than 5.5 points.
Okay, I'm here with that, and I'm going to end it with a McKinnon anytime touchdown. So I see your Pacheco touchdown. I think it happens, and I think McKinnon scores. Jarek's been doing all the dirty work for Kansas City. Not a ton of touches as I'm seeing here, but he's going to get rewarded by the Chiefs and for the Chiefs. And I think he found the end zone like twice against Chicago, so once is not a problem for him. Okay, so let's review our parlay, guys. Pacheco anytime touchdown. McKinnon, Jarek anytime touchdown. Chiefs minus 5.5. Russell Wilson over 200 yards passing. Right now, all of FanDuel customers can join our no sweat same game parlay for Thursday Night Football. If he loses, you'll get bonus bets back. Ride with us or build your own parlay, guys. Don't miss out on your chance to get a no sweat same game parlay on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Chiefs running backs to the moon. All right, Gronk, something I noticed is every week on our parlay, you always look at the tight end props. This week, you didn't pick Kelce. You're always all over the tight ends, and obviously he's got a bit of an issue going on. We don't know whether or not he's playing. He's limited. He's got the sprained ankle. Do you think he should sit this one out on a short week and rest?
Possibility that he sits this one out, but I think, he has the mindset to always play. Travis Kelce, he's always there for his teammates. He's one of the best players in the league. He shows up every single week in and week out. He missed week 1 as well, but he had a player's mindset. He wanted to play in that game, but the training staff and the coaching staff decided to sit him out. Even if he does sit out, I think the Kansas City Chiefs should handle this game totally fine. And if they can't win without Travis Kelce in this game, then that's going to be a tough season for them. I mean, not too tough because he's just going to miss this game, but it's tough when they don't have him. It shows how important he is to the Kansas City's offense, to their whole roster, actually. But sprained ankle, low sprained ankle, depending on how bad it is. Has it been swelling all week? Did it swell after the game? It's up to them. It's up to Travis, I would say. Just if it's going to make it any worse, don't play in the game. If it's not going to make it any worse, then definitely play in the game.
You always played through your injuries. Was it ever a thought? Was there ever a game where you were like, I don't want to play?
I definitely played some games where I didn't want to play, where I didn't feel like it was safe to play, but I was actually making kind of an organizational choice, kind of putting the team first choice, and just going out there to do the best that I could, put my body on the line the way that I could. You're compensating when you're going out there with an injury, so you can possibly make other things worse on your body when you're compensating, and then you can be, aligned improperly, which is not good. It's not good for the long run. But definitely been out there, and it's really tough when you're injured, when you're not feeling good. It's actually very miserable to be out on the field when you're beat up. So you always want to be at 100% or close to 100% whenever you hit that field. And that's when the game of football is fun, is when everything's clicking, when your body's, lubed up the right way, when it's oiled up the right way, right? It feels like it just got out of the shop like a car. That's the best time to play football. It's kind of hard to play when you're beat up. It's not fun getting smacked around and just injuring an injury even more.
He's got to make the best decision for him. You're totally right. They're 4-1. Their offense is 9th, I think. Last year they led the NFL in offense. So it's like we don't even know how good they are. We know they're not even clicking at the level they can. So he'll have to make a decision on a short week. I will say, speaking of Kelce, and you're talking about what you did personally and how you made decisions organizationally, and you went out there and basically got killed all of the time to get those Super Bowls and to do the best for your team. I don't know if you've heard this yet, but a lot of people sent this to me knowing you were coming on the show. And if in the NFL, fans were sending this to me as well. It's New Heights, of course, Travis and Jason Kelce, their podcast, and they talked about you. So let's take a listen.
Rob Gronkowski is known as one of the greatest football players of all time. I didn't say anything about tight end, which was the position that he played, that he was extremely good at, arguably the best to ever do it.
Blocking, defending, he was just one of the most unstoppable players of all time. And when you become that unstoppable, they just shorten your name because they get tired of saying Gronkowski. It's like, no, that's just Gronk. That's Gronk.
That's Gronk, baby.
What do you think?
I love them, man. They're great. I was actually one of the first guests on their podcast about a year ago, and I just love their chemistry. They play off each other very well. I met Travis a few times. I never really met Jason before or ever talked to Jason, and I actually became a huge fan of Jason as well. He's got great takes. He's got a great personality. And just overall, he's a great guy. Just seeing what he does for his community as well. He's got a great podcast out there right now. Not a podcast, a documentary about himself and his family, which I've heard nothing but great things. But I'm a big fan of the Kelce brothers as well, especially when I got out their podcast last year. So I appreciate the love. They're two great players. They deserve all the attention that they're getting. And what's crazy is they're both Super Bowl champions. Two brothers on two different teams in the NFL, and to have each a Super Bowl ring. Well, obviously Travis has more than one, but Jason has one as well. Is just tremendous. What an accomplishment they are. Just their whole family overall. They're an amazing accomplishment. And they're great for the NFL. They're great representatives and great role models for young kids and the NFL as well.
They've got 2 + 1 = 3, which is one less still than you, Gronk, by yourself. They're calling you one of the best players. They didn't say tight end, one of the best players to ever play the game, which is true. It is Gronk Day. Monday, Tuesday, Gronk Day. Go to FanDuel Sportsbook. Sign up for our parlay. We're taking a short break here. We will hit you guys live on YouTube in the break here. And we've got a really special guest after this. I know you're our big Ted Lasso fan. We've got Football is Life, an absolute star. Cristo Fernandez will be on the program. That's him in Hamilton, just kicking it in London.
I think,
How personal is it?
It was already personal before the game started. Now, 42-10, I don't think you want to see us again. It might be a little bit worse.
Okay. Wow. Debo.
I don't know what we trust.
Micah, Debo, I don't know what to say. I'm getting uncomfortable.
I don't know what we trust. We trust, laugh now, cry later. I mean, I don't think you want to see us again.
Laugh now, cry later. So Debo was on the show. As you can tell, there's lots of noise in here. People are drinking, having a good time. I kind of couldn't even hear what Debo said, to be honest. So everyone's like, you're making this face. It's the perfect. I could barely kind of hear him, and he was very short. But he was on it, and it's everywhere. It made news. Parsons wants a rematch with the Niners. That's what he's saying on his podcast. Debo could not have been more clear. What is your take on where these two teams are right now against each other?
Yes, I'm on Debo's side. They definitely don't want to see the San Francisco 49ers again. I don't know what they're thinking. If they want to figure out a way, if they make it to the playoffs, how somehow the 49ers lose and they don't got to face them, they don't want to see them again. The Dallas Cowboys aren't for real. They kind of tricked us this year. And I'll tell you why they tricked us. Because they had 3 blown out wins already. But you got to look back at it now. Now you see when they played a good team, the San Francisco 49ers. Then you go back, their defense dominated 3 teams that have absolutely no offense right now. The New York Giants, the New York Jets, and the New England Patriots. They absolutely dominated. But guess what? That's why they tricked us, because those teams don't even have offense. The Cowboys stride versus them, and then they play good teams. They get absolutely blown out. And San Francisco, they're for real. They're not tricking us. They are the best team in the NFL, and they struck gold with an $800,000 quarterback as well.
What are you seeing from this quarterback? And are you officially changing your Super Bowl pick, as we will allow you to do since it's your show on a Gronk day, from the Cowboys to the Niners right now?
No, I'm not going to change the pick yet. I stuck with I went with the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe they got to figure it out when they face good teams, because when they face crappy teams, they know how to take advantage of them and dominate them. But when they face a good team, they got to step it up. And it's still too early in the season to change my pick. You can't be doing that every single week in and week out. So I'm still going with the Dallas Cowboys. They got to figure it out. There's a long season still. I think they will. They got great players. But they make a lot of noise, and then they lose, a game like that versus San Francisco 49ers. So they got a lot of work. They got to go back in the lab, back to the practice fields. And I think they're still going to have a successful year, that's for sure. And hopefully they can improve, because I did pick them to win the Super Bowl. I got to stay with them so far, but maybe I'll change my answer by end of the season. But right now I'm sticking with the Dallas Cowboys to win it all. Why not?
You said they play well against not great teams and they struggle against great ones. The Niners, the best team they faced, and they got killed. They got the Chargers this week. Is that a bounce back? Do the Cowboys win this? Are the Chargers a good team? Are they a bad team?
The Chargers are a good team and a bad team. They're kind of in the same boat. They just don't know how to finish games as well. I mean, I think they've lost plenty of games within one score, the Chargers, over like the last 2 years. I mean, they got a great quarterback. They got great players on the defensive side of the ball. So it's definitely a bounce back game for the Dallas Cowboys. If the Dallas Cowboys don't win this game, then there's definitely going to be a lot of talk about how they're going to struggle all year long then. And then it's a big game for the Chargers as well. They need it. They need a successful year. Justin Herbert, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but he can't just take that next step, and he needs to be able to take that next step and win the big games when it's needed. So it's a big game for both ends. It's a crucial game, and the Cowboys need it more, I feel like, though. They definitely do.
They got to get a win. Eckler is coming back. Maybe that makes this good-bad team a good team, at least for this week, because that's a big deal, of course. And on the Niners side, they've got Cleveland. I think they roll Cleveland. I mean, if they can stop them, that would be incredible. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about what is going on with the Lions this season. We had Calvin Johnson. We had Hall of Famer Chris Carter, both Hall of Famers, come on and say, like, this team's going all the way. They're legit. I was looking at PFF today. The number 1 graded quarterback going into this week's action is Jared Goff, the Motor City Lightning quarterback, which we all love to see. It's a great story. Or is it the real deal, in your opinion? Of course, we're happy, and I know that you love Dan Campbell, but they're going into Tampa as a 3-point favorites. Interesting spread there. What makes this showdown interesting to Gronk?
Yes. Who would have ever thought at the beginning of the year that we would be saying that Detroit Lions versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 6 would be the game of the weekend? Absolutely nobody. I kind of did, though. I said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to be underrated this year. They're going to be a good team. They're going to be winning games. Same with the Detroit Lions. I think I've actually picked them to win their division, which they are going to. They are the real deal. I love Coach Dan Campbell. He's changed the culture there. He's been working his way up slowly and slowly and slowly to get to the point where he's at. It started 2 years ago when he took over the team. All the players started to fall in love with him. It shows that if you trust in the coach, if you trust in a process, the process is going to pan out, and that is what happened in Detroit. But I'm going to go with my Buccaneers. I love the Buccaneers. I love the organization there. I love the front office there. Yes, I do love Coach Dan Campbell, but I'm cheering for the Buccaneers because I played there. I'm going to be a little bit more biased. I love the culture in Tampa. about the area in Tampa, but what a game it's going to be. It's great for the NFL. It's great for the Bucs. It's great for the Lions to see these two teams thriving.
I mean, Jared Goff is 12-3 over his last 15 starts. It's unbelievable. We are live from London. I love that you're calling that the game of the week. Is that a Fox game? Oh, it's a Fox game. So Bill Richards, all those big boys, happy you're saying that.
Yes, and on top of it, Kate, it's also two former number one picks at the quarterback position in the NFL draft that both have revived their career. They both started on different teams, and now they have both revived it, and they are facing off versus each other, which is a pretty cool storyline for sure.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.